Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Some AAA baseball from the Pacific Coast League on tap for you. It's the Sugarland Space Cowboys and the Oklahoma City Comets. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about to get underway. And on the hill in this one, Bobby Miller. Base runner's tough to come by with this arm on the mound. You can see from the numbers that he's done a good job limiting opposing batters this season. They're hitting under 250 against him. It's not all about the strikeouts when you do that. You have to move your pitches around, mix speeds, and keep hitters off balance. He'll do well if he can execute like that in this one. And here we go. Here's the left fielder, Taylor Trammell. And we are underway.
Four-seam fastball, high outside.
Ball, that's out.
Four-seam fastball, high middle.
Swing and a miss. Now 2-1.
Four-seam fastball, high outside. Circle change, low inside.
Gets a piece there, we'll do it again.
Four-seam fastball, low inside.
Kicks and delivers. Spoils that one, it remains 2-2.
Four-seam fastball, high inside.
Bash down the right side, but foul.
Circle change, low outside.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And that's strikeout number 100 on the year. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. And probably the most productive player in the lineup so far this year, Cavan Biggio. One out and the bases are empty. Next up for the Space Cowboys, Cavan Biggio. That one skips in the dirt.
Four-seam fastball, high inside.
The 1-0 pitch. Late swing, foul to the left.
Circle
One out
change,
and the base is empty.
low outside.
And the count 1-2.
Circle change, low outside.
Pop up, foul on the right side. Alfonso has a beat on. Gets there, got it.
Batting third, the designated hitter, C.J. Alexander.
2 down now. Stepping in, C.J. Alexander. Not getting the desired results at the plate recently. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. 2 outs, base is empty.
High outside. Circle change, low outside.
0-2, here's the pitch. On the ground, right side. Takes it to the bag, and that'll do it. No score as we head to the bottom of the first. come back. And towing the slab in this one, Brendan Walter. He's done well to navigate through tough spots. Certainly he loves that cutter, and the key is that he jams opposite-handed hitters with it. Gotta work in on the hands. When he's facing same-handed batters, he needs to stay out of the middle of the zone because that takes the pitch right into the swing path of the batter. Obviously, he'll use his other offering. This one is labeled. Should be extra bases. He turns and heads for second. And it's a double to start the bottom of the first. Aggressive approach paid off there. Found something he could hit. Good job to stay back on that one and not roll over on it. Let it get deep in the zone, then drop the bat head on it and ripped it the other way for a knock. Here's the third baseman, Santiago Espinal. That one hammered but pulled foul. Breaking ball on the first pitch, and he was all over it. Just a shade too early. Hard hit to right center. Should be extra bases. Coming around third. Throw cut off to third. The tag out. But they do get a run. So digging in, Austin Garfield. A lot of clutch hitting recently, more than an RBI per game over the last 10. Swings through that one, 0-1 now. Keeps the AB going with the foul ball. 0-2 now. This one to right. Drops for a hit. Couldn't run it down. Around first, hustling for two. They still haven't tracked it down as he rounds second base. And it gets by. And they get the out. Aggressive base running trying to score after the miscue, but it backfires. Digs in now. On the line to center. And that's the end of the inning. We go on to inning number 2. Oklahoma City ahead in this game, 1-0. The Space Cowboys at the plate here in the second inning. And a strike. Good fastball, 98 miles an hour. Matthews measures 5'10", hitting cleanup, and he's knocked in 8 runs over his last 10 games.
Ball.
Circle change. Low middle.
Next pitch misses down and away.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Trying to bunt for a hit. Bare hands it. Tough play. And just beats it. That's a hit. Great try there. I love the hustle he showed on that bunt single. Dropped it down the third base line and just focused on running through the bag at first. Digging in for the Space Cowboys, Jaron Williams.
Too high. Ball.
That one called a strike. With the way he's operating up in the zone, these hitters need to adjust. They can't get outside their mechanics, though. Got to stay on top of the ball and try to line it into the outfield. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 2. And a challenge from behind the dish. And the call stands. It was a ball. They've only got one challenge remaining. Chopper, right side. Takes it to the bag alone. They get the out on the safe play, but I think they could have tried for 2.
The catcher, Salazar.
Stepping to the plate for Sugarland, Cesar Salazar. That's a strike, but probably not a great one to swing at on the first pitch. Smart take, I think. In for a strike, and it's 0-2. Hitter looks a little too passive against him right now, and he took advantage with 2 straight fastballs for strikes. Now the pitcher's in the driver's seat. This is a great example of why it's so important to mix up your speeds as a pitcher. That changeup was in a hittable spot, but clearly the swing was geared for a heater. That's how you wind up with a strikeout there. Coming up to the dish now for Sugarland, Joseph Sullivan. Runner at second with 2 down. Here's a grounder up the middle. And a base hit. Runner rounds third. On his way to the plate. He'll score, and they tie it up. It's an RBI single. It's 1-1. Next up for the Space Cowboys, Garrett Guillemette. Had the day off yesterday. Tied up here early in the ballgame. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. Pitcher can't dwell on what's already happened. Got to focus on this next pitch and try to stem the bleeding. Out to short, Miller. Play made. That ends the inning. Well, they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. All even at 1 apiece. Bottom of the inning, now up Noah Miller. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. Biggio moving under it. And a quick out, number 1. Bases empty, 1 away. Coming up to the dish for Oklahoma City, Mike Sirota. Into center. And that falls for a base hit. So they get a runner on with a 1-out single. I might want to go back and see where the outfielders were set up for that one. Off the bat, it looked like a simple pop-out, but it found a spot to settle in for a hit. And we'll see if his speed becomes a factor now that he's on first. Next up for the Comets, Charles Davalon. Back up the middle, he knocks it down. The throw is still in time, and now they have a base runner at second. Eliezer Alfonso will hit next. Switch hitter batting righty against the lefty on the mound. Grounder to short. Sends it to first. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. 1 runner left aboard. Score stays deadlocked at 1. All set for the start of this inning. Digging in for the Space Cowboys, Tommy Sacco Jr. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. That's a hittable pitch, but not what he was looking for. Early in the count, it's okay to take that.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Swing and a rocket. This one has a chance. That one hops against the fence. Chance at a triple. He did a nice job there on an upper 90s fastball. Read it well out of the pitcher's hand and put a nice swing on it. Next to hit, Taylor Trammell. This pitch popped up. And there's one away.
Now that's the right fielder, number 4, Kevin.
Now it's the right fielder, Kevin Biggio. Popped out the first time. Ripped, but it curls foul. One away with a runner at third. In the dirt. Nice job behind the dish. breaking ball in there for a strike. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Circle change.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Four-seam fastball.
And the 1-2. Got the strikeout. And there's 2 away. Time to have a look at his pitch breakdown for the game. And now the DH, C.J. Alexander. 1 of 4 with a double in yesterday's game.
Ball 1.
Circle change.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Clearly, he's confident in his breaking ball in this one. Hot shot to third. The throw to first. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. They strand 1. After 2.5, it's still a 1-1 ball game. All set for the bottom of the third. Now, Ryan Fitzgerald. And he's unusual insofar as he's a lefty batter who still has great contact ability against southpaws on the mound. Wallops this one out towards right center. That's a base hit, and that's going to roll to the wall. Safe at second with a leadoff double. He was ready to go on the first pitch, and it paid off. That ball was humming as it left the bat. Pretty clear early on in that play that he was looking at extra bases. Next up, the designated hitter, Keston Hiura. A double and a run scored the first time up. Grounder to the left side. To first. Fine play in the hole for the out.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 4, Santiago.
Now the third baseman, Santiago Espinal. Out to short. Williams. Nice play off the bounds for the out.
Now batting, second baseman, Austin Gauthier.
Digging in, Austin Gauthier. That's the first pitch they've taken for a ball in this one, and it's been a long time coming. Up the middle, and a base hit right there. Coming to the plate. Runner scores, and they have the lead. It's an RBI single. It's 2-1. Big swing of the bat right there to give him the lead. That was clutch. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get a hit. And next, the cleanup hitter, Damon Key. 0 for 1. Chop to the left side. There in plenty of time, ends the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. As we go to the top of the fourth, stepping to the plate for Sugarland, Bryce Matthews.
Curveball.
That catches the top part of the zone. 0-1. comes up empty, strike two. Battling here, fouls it away. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, curveball in the dirt. Out, one away on a drop third strike. That's a case of a batter committing too early on a swing. He'd stay back a moment longer. Maybe he lays off it for a ball or at least adjusts and fights it off foul. Coming up to the dish now for Sugarland, Jaron Williams.
Curveball. Middle outside.
0-1, here's the pitch. A swing and a miss, chases way out of the zone. Great pitch to get a swing like that. Not close with that one. Next one's in the dirt.
Curveball. Low inside.
Got the batter swinging. Blew the express right by the bat for strike three. With upper 90s gas like that, there's some margin for error for sure. That was in a hittable spot, but the batter still couldn't do anything with it. Two away here, nobody on. Cesar Salazar, the next to hit. Struck out swinging in the first AB. This outing has gone well for him so far, and part of that is because he's thrown better than 70% of his first pitches for strikes. That certainly helps. The 0-1. Curveball drops in for a strike.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
Swings and misses. And a nice frame on the mound. He sets him down 1-2-3. To the bottom of the fourth inning now. Oklahoma City on top, 2-1. Welcome back. The Comets at the dish in the bottom of the fourth.
At shortstop, Miller.
On the ground, out to short. Fires over to first. Leadoff batter retired in the fourth.
Batting, the center fielder, number 8, Mike Sirota.
Nobody on with one out. Here's the center fielder, Mike Sirota. Homered last night. Added another hit as well. On 0-1, the delivery. On the ground to third, and that's foul. Out to short. Oh, gloves it. Fires to first. And they get the out. That's elite defensive work at shortstop to dive and knock it down, and then whip it over to first for the out. He's got some serious skill. Bases are empty with two away. Charles Davalon now at the plate. 0 for 1. Grounded out the first time around. Grounds it to short. Williams. Slings to first. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning. We're ready for the fifth inning. At the plate, Joseph Sullivan. Sullivan, 23 years old, and he was drafted in the 7th round in 2024.
Circle change. Middle outside.
The 0-1. Looks
Ball
like it
one.
was a little bit up.
Four seam fastball. Low inside.
Right through there for a strike.
Circle change. Low inside.
Grounder to second. Gauthier. 1 out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Garrett Gilliamet.
Garrett Gilliamet digs in now.
Four seam fastball. High inside.
Hey!
Circle change. Low middle.
On the ground to the left. And that's a fair ball. The tying run is aboard. It's been a tough run at the plate for him lately. He needed that base hit. That one was right down the middle, and he regretted it as soon as it left his hand. Sacco, up to bat next, lays off for a ball. In for a strike. It's now 1-1.
Circle change. Low inside.
In the dirt, but blocked. That's a wild pitch, and it allows the tying run to move into scoring position. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Tying run at second base. That one
That's
misses.
ball 3.
And that's ball 3. The way he's been pitching, they've got to feel grateful to see a 3-ball count right here. I'm sure he wants to attack and keep them at bay. And there are 2 down. Came away empty from an AB where he had a chance to do damage. Tough break. Now the left fielder, Taylor Trammell.
Four seam fastball. Middle outside.
Yeah!
Two seam fastball. High inside.
Cut on and missed. And it's 0-2. Looks at one, then swings at one, and quickly he's down 0-2. Time to simplify your approach at the plate. Rips one to right. Oh, can't hang on. Headed for the plate. Comes in to score. To second,
He's in
safe.
there. He's safe.
That's a tough play for an outfielder, even under ideal circumstances. But with a night game and the lights shining, it's even tougher. Still an error for sure, but liners like that put the outfielder between a rock and a hard place. Man at second with 2 down. And a ground ball to first. And there's a hit. And here comes the runner. Runner scores and they take the lead. 3-2. We hear a lot about how the numbers turn against the pitcher the 3rd time through the order, and that might be what's happening here. Looking at the manager. Oh, now this one gets away at the plate. That's a wild pitch, and he moves into scoring position. Runner at second, 2 down. Manager out of the dugout, time to make a change. Bobby Miller departs, and they trail as the starter exits, but a good job to keep them close. A new arm will be on the mound after the break. So they turn things over to the righty, Peter Hubeck. And the runner at second looms large as he enters this one. Infielders are going to be on their toes trying to keep the ball from getting by them. 1-0 pitch.
That's a ball.
Swings through that one. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. And a base hit right there. Runner around third. Throw off line, runner scores. And they lead by 2. Bryce Matthews getting ready to hit. 1 for 2.
Ball.
Just missed. Fastball for a strike. And the count 1-1. Curveball gets over for a called strike. Matthews thought that pitch missed, and here comes a challenge. And that one was indeed a strike. One challenge remaining for them now. Alexander, the runner at first, with 2 out. A little bit high. What a take with 2 strikes. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And a high fly out to center. Sirota in position. Swallows it up. That's out number 3. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. Last half of the 5th coming up. Sugarland ahead in this game, 4-2. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Stepping to the plate for Oklahoma City, Eliezer Alfonso. Ground ball to short. Williams tosses to first, and the leadoff hitter set down in the 5th. 1 out and the bases are empty. And now Ryan Fitzgerald, 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Right side, hard hit. 2 out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 9, Keston.
So up next, Keston Hira. Look at the stop here. Throws to first. Wow, that is a heck of a play. Terrific anticipation on this play. You don't see many shortstops better than that. Great job to complete the play and end the frame. We're back here at the ballpark. Start of the 6th. Ben Gelman bringing you this one. And leading off, Jaron Williams. Williams in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Overhand curve. Low middle.
That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
Overhand curve. Low inside.
Struck the batter out without a swing. Leadoff batter retired in the 6th. Might be a case here of the batter just locking up a bit. That curve was in a pretty hittable spot, but still got strike 3 looking.
2-seam fastball. Low middle.
Salazar in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
Middle outside.
One out and the base is empty.
Outside.
In the air to center. Sirota settles underneath it. And a couple of quick outs. And now the center fielder, Joseph Sullivan. Liner snagged it first. They go down in order. Home half of the 6th, leading off, Santiago Espinal. Line drive to center field. 1 up, 1 down. Bases empty, 1 away. Here's the second baseman, Austin Gauthier. That's to third, Sacco. Throw to first in time. And now the right fielder, Damon Keith. Line drive to right. And that's that. We're through 6 full innings. The Space Cowboys out front here, 4-2. We go to the top of the 7th. Garrett Guillemette now at the plate.
Garrett middle inside.
Guillemette.
Up and in.
Changeup. Low middle.
Next offering is down low.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside. Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
Fly ball out to right. Keith gets there under it. Hauls it in for the out. Bases empty, 1 away. Tommy Sacco Jr. will hit next. Fastball, this one comes right back to the mound. That's the second out.
Now that's the left fielder, Taylor Trammell.
To the top of the order we go. Next up for the Space Cowboys, Taylor Trammell.
Changeup. Low middle.
2 down and nobody aboard. Here in the top half of the 7th. And it's strike 2. He must have been sitting on something off speed.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Might be 2. Around first and heading for second. And it's a 2-out double. Fell behind in the count with 2 strikes, but didn't panic and picked up the hit. Got the center cut fastball and pounced on it. That thing was smoked. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Peter Hubeck won't go any further tonight. Responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't quite closed yet. We'll be right back. A new arm into the game, the righty, Paul Gervais. Has to collect quick outs and keep the team within striking distance. Next to hit, Kevin Biggio. That one in the dirt and gets away. The throw to third, and he goes down to third on the wild pitch. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position.
Four-seam fastball.
Swing and a miss. Out to short, picks it up. There with plenty of time, inning over. 1 left on base as can't tack on to their 4-2 lead. you had a good stretch at home set for the last half of the seventh. Noah Miller digs in now. Into center and a base hit. And that is going to bring the tying run to the plate. That one was way in on the hands. He did a great job to pull them in and get enough barrel on the ball to push it back through the middle for a hit. Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, looks ready to make the move. Brandon Walter won't go any further, and a decent effort in this spot start. Back with a new pitcher in just a minute. They turn things over to the southpaw, Tom Cosgrove. And she enters against a right-handed batter, and they've given her some trouble this season. No outs, runner at first. Coming up to the dish for Oklahoma City, Mike Sirota. Here comes the 0-1. Foul ball there. Wouldn't be surprised to see the runner break from first, trying to stay out of the double play. Tying run waits at the plate. Ground ball up the middle. Matthews flips for one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Good sinker there and got him to mow the grass a bit for a simple ground out. Nice pitching. Digging in for the Comets, Charles Davalon. And the tying runs at the plate. Swing and a miss, chased it upstairs. Movement in the bullpen. Jaden Murray getting loose out there. Tang also getting ready. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Hey fans, remember that when either team strikes out 10 times in the game, Big Kale Soda will send every fan in attendance home with a 6-pack of the healthiest soda out there. And that's a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second, now 2 on with 2 outs. You talk about strong hands, he's got them. That one was inside, and it got pretty deep in the zone, and he's still got enough of it for the hit to the opposite field. This next at bat looms very large. So digging in, Ryan Fitzgerald. In the air, right field. Into the corner, but foul. Oklahoma City with the go-ahead run in the batter's box. That one ripped into right center. And it one-hops the wall. One runs in, coming around third. The relay to third. There's the tag. They get the out, and that's the inning. But they score twice and even it up late. We're headed to the 8th. Knotted up 4 apiece. We're in the top of the 8th. C.J. Alexander getting ready to hit. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Kyle Hurt. Not as reliant on the strikeout as many other relievers, tends to get by on inducing bad contact and letting the defense do the work. That one is absolutely pummeled. And this ball is gone. And with one swing, the crowd is hushed. Well, it's a one-run ball game. Now it's the second baseman, Bryce Matthews. 1 for 3. Hurt, a righty with some serious heat. He throws a changeup, a four-seamer, a two-seamer, a curve, and he mixes in a slider. Late on that fastball. Some serious gas on that one. Goes in looking for the strikeout. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the home run. Bases empty, one away. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jaron Williams. Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Might have a more aggressive approach this plate appearance.
Oh, that's just out.
And it's strike 2. Now a high fly ball to left center. Sirota should have this one. And makes the catch. Nobody on and 2 outs. Stepping to the plate for Sugarland, Cesar Salazar. First pitch just misses.
That's ball 2.
Right side, and that's just foul. 2-1 pitch coming. And there's the ball. Popped in the air, left field. Davila drifts towards it. Gets there. Got it. 1 hit in the inning, a solo home run. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Sugarland with the lead, 5-4. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Kai-Wei Tang. This will be his 40th time on the mound this season, showing some nice durability for him. This one lifted to center field. That's pretty deep. There's 1 down. That was a really nice over-the-shoulder grab, flashing some serious defensive ability on that play. Next up for the Comets, Santiago Espinal. Corner infielders guard the lines. They're trying to keep extra bases at bay. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Home team down by 1 here in the bottom half of the 8th. Swing and a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base. That's the kind of hit the rest of the team will really appreciate. Clutch AB. Not much to quibble with on that swing. He had everything going in the right direction and barreled it up for a liner in Sacco. There's 1. And that's 2. Smoothly executed there. The second baseman turns the double play. Nice throw to first, and that ends the inning. All set to start the 9th inning in this one. Joseph Sullivan now at the plate. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's the challenge. And that was about as close as it gets, but it was a ball after all. Not only do they get a big reversal, but they keep their remaining challenge. And that one hit 97 on the gun. And there's a strike. And he's challenging that called strike. And the strike call will stand. So they are now out of challenges. That's ripped, and this one could be extra bases. That's going to get into the corner. Here comes the throw. And the 9th inning starts with a double. So now the injury forcing a substitution at second base. Entering as the pinch runner, Lucas Spence. Garrett Guillemette, the next to hit. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, making a move for the bullpen.
For the Comets, number 51.
Outside, that's a ball.
And swing and miss. Runner at second with nobody out. Swing and a foul straight back. Struck the batter out looking. Not what the offense was looking for after a leadoff double. The strikeout and one away now. Up next, the switch-hitting third baseman, Tommy Sacco Jr. One out and a runner at second. Here in the top of the ninth. Misses outside.
Out.
2-1. Wing might not have recognized the pitch well. Hitting coach is going to want to see him commit and swing full bore instead of making weak contact. Just can't catch up to the heat. The 0-1 offering. Swing and a miss. And the curveball is down and in. On 0-2, hitters are often expecting a curveball out of the zone. Nice job to anticipate and lay off of. Fights it off, we'll see another. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Hard hit, right side. Play made, that ends the inning. One runner left on base. They're ahead, 5-4. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Logan Van Way. No such thing as an easy save, but he's got the right approach and attitude to thrive in these moments. Ripped on the ground to second. That's the first out. He's 2 outs away. And now the shortstop, Noah Miller. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Throw to first, nicely done for the out. Coming up to the dish for Oklahoma City, Mike Sirota. Corner infielders guard the lines. They're trying to keep extra bases at bay. Swing and a chopper. Williams. And that's the ball game. Your final score in this game, 5-4. For our entire outstanding crew here at the show, I'm Ben Gelman. Thanks for tuning in.